G'day guys and welcome back to the JFBS SuperCoach channel. And today what we're going to go through is the team lineups, my absolute final changes, and we'll do a quick little review of the Brisbane Lions Collingwood game. Let's get to this. Let's do this very quickly. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on the Brisbane Lions team that had a ton. One for Collingwood, which is a little bit disappointing considering that, Nick Dacos was had a late out, which affected, I think it was about 60% of teams, which I'm not too worried about because most of the high-end teams would have him. So, yeah, look, a bit disappointing that Josh Dacos couldn't, get to 100. 76 disposal efficiency, took 4 kickouts. Yeah, look, I'm not sure. I'll be honest, only, what did he score? 26, 27. So that's 53, 77. Okay. Well, look, I only watched the last quarter of this game and I was a little bit, not disappointed, but I felt like he could have scored 100 with no Nick Dacos, but, oh well, what are you going to do? It's going to be annoying. Is he going to score a ton this week and 90 the next week? He's going to be scoring at least 100 next week, which will be good based on that. But we'll talk about Brisbane first. So Will Ashcroft, who lost about 30K, has bounced back and scored 139K. Fletcher 123. Neil with 114. And shout out to the guys that have kept Kitty Coleman on their side and held faith. He scored a 113. Zorko, for those that went for a pod. Zach Bailey, I don't know if many people went for him as a forward option, but good on for you. And Logan Morris as well. Sammy Draper with an 89, so that's pretty decent. I don't know what his previous scores were on the top of my head, but we can have a check. Oscar Allen, a lot of high-scoring guys. We've got more than half the list scoring at least 80. Dunkley with a 72. Yeah, very interesting. How many tackles did he have? 3. That's probably where he gets most of his points. So, maybe he's a complete fallen premium, or maybe he might be a premium that just might not become a premium again because of these new rules. How fast-paced this game is. There's no one really else. Ty Gallup played down back, or was it Tunstall? I think it was Gallup that played back. But Collingwood, Houston was the only one with a ton. People that had Jacos like myself, he scored a 94. But shout out to the guys who went with Houston, kept him for another week after a bit of a disappointing week last week, and, he scores a ton. Obviously, there's no Darcy Moore. He still took 9 kickouts and scoring on 8 of them, so you can't be too pissed about that. Obviously, Nick Dacos at the bottom didn't play, and is there really not really anyone else SuperCoach relevant? Oscar Steen. 10 disposals. 53 tog is not good. I'll be honest. I don't know what he had last week. But yeah, look, I'm not too fond anymore of getting him. I'll be honest. His cash jam will be pretty slow. Let's have a look at the AFL, the rest of the team's lineups. Come on, let's reload this. I haven't even loaded this up properly. Come on, taking your time. So, North and Carlton, which the game starts in an hour by the time I'm recording this. Of course, they rest Overston, and Cherry's suspended. Banch and Darling are in. Quite a few ins and outs for Carlton. So you've got Harry Dean, for those people that have him, Zach Williams, Hudson O'Keefe, and Campbell Chesser out. Some interesting ins. Nick Newman, a guy that people were looking at, he did get suspended. Adam Chera gets to go back into that midfield. It'll be interesting to see how Jagger Smith interprets himself into that midfield with Chera back in, or maybe it's the other way around. How does Chera interpret himself with Jagger being half forward in the middle? Might be something that they switch up. And Wade Dirksen, finally a rookie defender that we can potentially rely on. I don't know how long Harry Dean's... I think it was a concussion, wasn't it? Concussion. Might have been 1 week or 2 because this week was so quick, and maybe next week it's like a Friday as well. But yeah, Dirksen, hopefully he keeps his spot and he can be a decent option down back because we really don't have many options, in my opinion. Now, this is going to hurt some people. People that thought of bringing Chase Jones, he's gone. Jordan Butts injured. Nankervis and Maley out or just omitted. Ins James Bollace, Tex Walker's back, Jordan Dawson, and everyone's worst nightmare, Riley O'Brien. Look, he's starting on the bench. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to who starts and who's on the bench, he's actually correct. So McAndrew is starting, which is good. Um, Depends on the dog, and I'm pretty scared about it. For Richmond Port, we've got my Tigers, Harry Armstrong, Rail Smith, Bolter, Alga, all injured. Fawcett, Ryan, McAuliffe, and Broad. Nothing really Supercoach relevant. Don't think of getting Fawcett in. He's behind so many forwards, and it's not that I don't watch them. It's just it's not that I believe that he's behind them. It's just I think Uze's got his favourites. Ah, well, I just saw this, but anyways, Bergman, Ollie Wines, and Mitch Zadow, a new Zado rookie for Port Adelaide. Out is Mead Radaglia with an injury, and Will Brodie, who I was kind of thinking of bringing in next week, is out. So that's okay. Just one less person to worry about. Pretty good for Sydney. Caden Cleary out, Isaac Keaney in, and then for the Eagles, you got Dev, Rob, Newton, and Yo. That hurts for Yo. I'm so pissed off that he's injured. Not at him, but for him. Like his body keeps breaking down, which is annoying. And obviously Dev Rob out for a week, so I wouldn't be too worried trading him out. You got Matt Owies, Champion, and Sandy Brock coming in. I was thinking of Heaney as like a little pod play, but look, we'll see. And that's Saturday. That's Saturday night. Cool. Melbourne Suns. Oh yeah, Christian Petrarca's technically still out or out of the side. But yeah, injured. Bailey Humphrey suspended for I think a week or two, but some big ins. Obviously, you got Matty Rao, and out of the four, you're probably thinking Jed Walter comes in. I'll be honest. Yeah, so some pretty big outs and some pretty big ins for Suns. So how are they going to make way for Humphrey and Christian Petrarca? That'll be very fun to see. Out is Paddy Cross and Jack for Melbourne. Who comes in? It hasn't been fully confirmed yet, but you think it's probably Disco Turner and maybe Jake Melcham. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. Dogs, Essendon, you got Cooper Hines and Libba out, injured and omitted. Artie Jones, I reckon he'll get the call up to play again. It's either going to be Will Lewis, probably Josh Dolan, I think, will come in, or Lockie McNeil. But for Essendon, Nate Caddy injured. And I think that Nick Cox is given the all clear to play. He's about 130K. Hopefully he's improved. And unfortunately, the Hawthorn Geelong lineups haven't been submitted yet. But yeah, those are the lineups for round 4. Who are some key ones? Obviously, Wade Dirksen gets a go. Riley O'Brien as well. Will Brodie out, which is annoying. Yeah, quite a few guys to consider bringing in and out. But yeah, with just under an hour to go, these are my final trades. I think I don't love it, and I've been tossing and turning it all morning. That's why I haven't made this video earlier. I'm actually still not 100% sure. My main guy that I want to go for is Lockie Whitfield next week, and it's really hard that it's 547K. Look, he's lost 51K, but if the world went how I wanted it, I reckon Lockie Blackerson straight up to Whitfield would have been so nice. But he's had 3 just bang average weeks. You can't keep him like this. And I was thinking of getting rid of Fonte, so just for that extra cash, then I can upgrade Blackerson up to Whitfield. Bring in Lindsay. I think I like Lindsay more than Sherry. I mean, could we make the change? Okay. Hear me out. All right, now I'm just making this like split second decision. Um, oh goodness, mate. All right, we're going to do this really quick because we've got under an hour to go, and I know both aren't playing. So we get rid of Cherry, Doverston, or do we keep Doverston? I think that was the plan. I think I keep him as much as I don't want to. It is best 18. Um, we bring in Josh Lindsay and then Bont. 158K left over. That's not terrible. So how am I going to orchestrate this? I have no idea. So maybe do I go back to my old changes? Oh, what is wrong with me? Because I think I prefer Lindsay over Sherry. Um, I'll be honest. With Doverston not playing, let's swap these two. I've only got three. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 playing because Dacos didn't play. Oh my god, this is so annoying. So I have all this cash in the bank. My other option was using a boost and getting rid of Doverston. But here's the thing, right? Because next week it's going to be best. It's just going to be the best 30, or not 30, best 22 as per usual. Or is that right? Yeah, 6, 14, 16. Yeah, it's going to be best 22 next week. Robertson comes in next week, and you got Flanders and Philippou back. Doverson goes on the bench. It's going to be too difficult unless I go fully with the break evens again and go with a Sherry and have 213K. So even extra money, and I trade someone like a Butterick because I can't even move anyone up forward from up here because I've got my three. There's 213, and we swap out. We'd have to swap out a midfielder. 213. I'm not getting rid of Bruin. That's the other thing. Shit. Okay, I've kind of fucked this up. That was my other option. Maybe I just stick with keeping Doverson. He might be just a dead rook on my bench. Because there's really not many options up at the back line. But I really need Whitfield. So if I did, or should I just play it by week? Just do the two trades, and that's Blackiston and Cherry. I have the 158K just in case. Because the other option is I trade Doverston to it's Bont and Sherry, or I'm trading Blackiston out and it's bringing in Lindsay with 150K. Realistically, I think Lindsay's going to be scoring just about the same as what's his face, just about the same as Blackiston as far as I'm concerned. But if I trade Doverston, it's just an extra guy. Maybe I'll just do that. All right. I'm trading Doverston because even if I mean, we can have a last minute check. Players I can afford. Would have been Steen before last night, but it's not looking like I want to anymore. Reedy, Wiltshire, Day Wicks. Let's just do this. Therefore, I have another guy on field. He'll make money, and that's okay. Next week, he'll definitely be on the bench here. And then I just don't have any money, 34K, and I want to get rid of Blackiston. Because the other thing as well is Blamires has played like 70% defense, so he's going to get DPP soon, which is good. Therefore, it'd be trading Blackiston, and I want to trade Fonty, but some of you guys are saying it's a bit of a waste of a trade, and I don't want to just base my opinion on news, but could it be like if I did Fonty and Blackiston to two defenders? Really not many options here, I'll be honest. Because Chase Jones is out, but it's not Hugh Bond that's out. Is that right? I've gone past him. Oh, he's played two. Chase Jones played two. Yeah. Okay, these are all the guys. So Farrow, Leake. Not that I'm thinking of bringing him in. Gibcus. It's not great. One price rise of Lindsay, and he probably makes about 60K. Minus 59. 52, 41. Jesus, far out. Okay, do you know what? There's about 45 minutes before the first bounce of North and Blues. I think that's what I'm just going to do. It's just another guy on field that I can just have a score of, still make some money. It could be a waste of a trade, but yeah, I can't just if I was being completely honest, I think I would have just done the one trade from Cherry to Bont, but I can't do that. But yeah, 34K is not nice. If it was 150K and I had Blackerson, that would have been a bit different. Unless uh, we try and just bank some more cash. And trade someone else. Like, who would I trade? Probably. Oh goodness me, Luka Doncic just did his hamstring. Sorry. Uh, Not that I want to, but he could be on the way out. I reckon of the squad. Um, Still bring in Lindsay, I guess. I have 93K. There I have a guy to move around, and it's not that sticky of a situation in the flex position. 93K plus 300, that's 390, so just under 400. So I'd be trading him. And I don't want to do this. Oh, God, this could be an option. You might be calling me stupid, and I understand. Don't worry. And then what would be 93K plus 300, one, and then what's that? Two 400s. So it's about 400K with what he makes and projected and the money left over. And then trade Butterick as well. Then I'm down to 30 trades by round 5, and I bring in Whitfield, and I can bring in a Oscar Steen, for example. Is it Oscar? Yeah. Maybe that's what I'd do. Therefore, I still have Fonty. I have Fonty and 1, 2, 3. I'd have, if this makes sense, I have 4 Primos, then I have Fonty, and then rookies between Jax, Sarong, Lindsay. Maybe that's what I do. break even of 23 isn't that great either. So I'm more than willing to get rid of them, I think. So I think, call me crazy, but this is probably what I'm going to do. And then best 8, and it's then best 22, and fuck, I'm just wasting trades, aren't I? Do the 2 next week of Blackiston and Butterick, bring in Steen and Whitfield, and we'll go from there and see what I want to do. Just let the rookies make money. Don't bring anyone else unless there's God, I'm just looking at this so many times. I am so sorry. Steen 1. So it'd be Steen, Schoenberg, Josh Lifey keeps his spots, but I don't know how confident I am with that. Or Jacob Farrow. I think that's what I'm going to do. You're going to call me stupid? That's okay. I need to bring another Primo in because, I mean, I could easily just break up Bont. That was another option I do where I can break him up. We can do that option if we want to do that. But I really don't have much money to move around to bring in 2 Primos. So I think that's what I'm going to do. 1 sideways and 2 2 down. 93k. Like I said, Blackiston, Butterick, Whitfield, and a Rook. And I think I feel a bit better about that. And I'm just going to not trade. I think that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, so that's going to do it for me. Let me know what your final thoughts are on your team. Sorry, I'm doing my new trades now, but yeah. That whole Carroll situation just popped up to my head, and I think I'm just going to go with that. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. Hopefully you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.